Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Keith Bless here, and a quick story from something that happened today. I'm actually out in the out in the front yard. I'm actually on my driveway. You might have snuck a peek at our van. All right, so here's the deal. Um, I work part time on a golf course. I work in the golf shop, and do that for a couple of reasons. One is I don't have a full time job at the moment, and it's actually the golf course where I teach. And actually, one of the owners and primary investors was like, "Hey, Keith, you know, I admittedly can't pay you what you're worth with your background in golf and all that, but if you work a few shifts in the golf shop and we put you on the part-time roster, you work a few shifts a week and you can still coach your high school thing. Each time that you give a golf lesson, we will bump the percentage of what you keep of that lesson fee from here up to here." So it would be like if maybe a company you're an affiliate for was like, "Look, this is our compensation plan, but for you, if you do this sort of work for us, we won't necessarily pay you, but we'll up your compensation plan and commissions and all that." So I thought it was actually kind of a win-win. So I was glad to do it. Work there a few days a week. Well, anyway, something happened today that I wanted to share with you. So I was actually outside, and one of the part-time staff that works with like the golf carts and the services was helping one of our guests, and the guest asked, "Hey, do you have a place where I can wet a towel?" So those of you who know, I know it's not that big of a deal, but those of you who play golf know that it's usually a good idea to have either one wet towel and one dry towel, or maybe a larger towel and half of it's wet, half of it's dry, that kind of thing. Because it's important to keep your clubs clean and you keep your golf ball clean and all that. So the staff member, I don't want to say did a bad job, but he told the gentleman, yes, actually right around the corner there's a hose behind that building where we store the carts, and you're welcome to use that, and you can wet a towel. And the customer says thank you and runs off. And so I went up and talked to that staff member later, and I don't have any profound management authority or anything. I just work part-time in the golf shop again to earn more per golf lesson that I give. And I said, his name's Jack, and I said, "Hey Jack, you might have lost out on $5 there." And he goes, "Well, what do you mean?" And I said, did you know that if a golfer asks you if there's a place where they can wet a towel, that's kind of code for, I would like to clean my clubs before I go play. And he goes, "Really? That's what that means?" And I was like, "Well, not necessarily, but more than likely, if he's asking for a towel or a way to wet his golf towel before he goes out, he's probably thinking, I want to clean my clubs. I can't think of another reason why." And he goes, "Okay, so how did I miss out on $5?" And I said, "Well, if you had a wet towel with you, like that towel that's in your back pocket right now, if that was just a little bit damp, you could have said something like, 'Oh, did you want to clean up your clubs before you go out?' And he might say yes. And then if you did that for him and at least offered that, often there's a gratuity waiting for you if you do that. It's more common that people want their clubs cleaned after they play, but if they didn't receive that service at maybe another course or something like that, they might have arrived, realized their clubs are..." Why am I telling you this? Because it hit me that probably all of us are leaving money on the table in one way or another by not offering that extra little value. That extra little value. That extra tiny, tiny little value. Where if we're just alert maybe to what somebody needs, and we have a way to maybe solve the problem for them, no matter how small, that could be worth money to us. And in this case, I really do think so. Sure enough, I talked to Jack, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't realize that. I'm actually not much of a golfer myself. I didn't realize that why people would want a wet towel. And thanks for letting me know. I get it now. I get what you're saying." And so sure enough, later in the day, he says, "Keith, guess what just happened?" I go, "What?" "This lady wanted to know if we had a wet towel." And I said, "Oh, would you like to clean off your clubs?" And she said, "Yeah." And he said, well, I'll do that for you. And she's like, no, 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 I just want to take care of it. I'll do it myself. That's no big deal. If you, so he just, went and took the hose and wet down the towel for her. But, so I mentioned one little thing, and that by the way, I hope you don't hear the lawnmowers too much over there. Mentioned one little thing, changes his perspective a little bit, and then next thing you know, within the hour, an opportunity comes up, and he at least tries to seize it, And here's the thing: he's in the service business. He is one of the outside staff at a golf course, so his job is there to take care of a few simple tasks, but more importantly, to anticipate members and guests' needs, take care of them ideally before they even ask. So it made me think, as a marketer, what am I missing? What value, what problems are there that people might have that I know some solutions to that I need to share and keep sharing, whether or not it specifically earns me $3, $5, $300, $500, $3,000, $5,000, whatever it is. And I want you to think about that in your business. When people ask certain questions, are they really asking another question? And if that's the case, do you have a way to answer it? So I want you to think about that. And I'm gonna go put a towel in my office and no, I'm not gonna do that. But anyway, again, that story happened, and it made me think, what is some extra value that I can hang in? What is some extra value? I know one thing that I used to do with my junior students is, back when I was on staff with Titleist, honestly, they'd send me more golf balls than I could ever lose. Because I didn't play a whole lot. I worked at the club. I was a golf professional. All right. So they'd take a lesson. We'd do a little short game thing. If they beat me, I gave them a sleeve of golf balls with my initials on it. Titleist Pro V1 with KB on the side. And that was extra value. That was a big deal to them. So we all need to be thinking about ways we can do that in our business. One of the links I might put below this video, if you're already on my list, I wouldn't worry about it because I've already shared what this tool is. But there's actually this cool little advertising tool that I use to get solo ads, get leads, grow a small income stream, but a residual income stream. Sign in below, learn more about that. But more importantly, in your business, think about ways that you can solve problems, anticipate people's needs, and think about when they ask a certain question, whether that's a team member or a prospector or whatever, are they really asking something else? And do you have a solution? And if so, that's valued. Hey, cool, check this out. Can you see Tori? Tori the cat? Oh. Hey guys, I'm going to go upload this video. Hey, take care. All the best to you. Bye.